Hi, I'm Theresa, and I've been a big fan of the UFC since day one. So let's talk UFC. Let's talk about UFC 215. That's because Demetrius Johnson and Ray Borg will not be fighting. According to the UFC, Ray Borg has a respiratory illness, has nothing to do with the weight cut, but he does have a respiratory illness, so that fight is off. We won't get to see if DJ gets to keep his belt and make UFC history, or if Ray Borg was going to be the man, who took the title. Well, we're going to have to wait. That fight is going to be rescheduled. So who moves up to the top slot? That is Amanda Nunes and Valentina Shevchenko. That's right. Amanda Nunes is now the headliner for that show. Remember when somebody said, who was it? Dana White said it, that Nunes would never headline another card after she pulled out of the last fight. So never say never. Let's move on to the notorious one. He has called out Nate Diaz for a third fight, but he says it'll only happen under certain conditions. And one condition is that Nate Diaz come down to 155. Connor, let me let you in on a secret. Nate Diaz regularly fights at 155. It's his brother, Nick, who fights at 170. I know, Nate. It's a bit confusing. It's hard to keep up, but Nick fights at 170. Nate fights regularly at 155. He has had a few fights at 170, but his weight class is 155. So Dana, let's make that fight happen, shall we? I know that I've heard on the internet that Nate wants $20 million for this fight. That could be the snag that holds it up. But Dana, if you're listening, listen carefully. I did not pay $100 for the pay-per-view for Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor. But I'd shell out some bucks to see Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor go at it one more time. So come on, Dana. Make us fans happy. Make that fight happen. I'm Theresa, and I would love to have more UFC conversation with you. So come on, follow me on Instagram or YouTube.